In this video, we're going to be answering a question specific to somebody's trucking company and their problems there and how they don't actually own that trucking company. To see the more long version of my journey and how we got to this point, go over to the other YouTube channel, our main YouTube channel, and hear the backstory of this. Now, while you're moving around the internet, get over to Squat Up Summit. Guys, we've got Jordan Peterson, Dean Graziosi, Cody Sanchez, Jamil Damji, Jerry Norton, David Goggins, Coffee Anderson, and the first woman that ever summited Mount Everest, which is pretty epic. We also have Tim Story and a couple of other people that we're announcing as well. SquatUpSummit.com. Get over there. We already have sold 3,000 tickets. It will be the greatest and the biggest real estate event of the year. Subto, Gator, and top tier TC members from our community will be there. Average person, I think it's like 70% of the people have been, done 5 or more deals. That is the room you want to get into. Enjoy the video. The advice I would give you is for the first 3 or 4 months I was partnering with Cody, I was suffocating this business because of spending too much time on it. In fact, I would argue most people suffocate if you have one business, you're suffocating it. If you're good at your business, you don't need to spend more than 2 hours a day on it. Truly, you don't. Like your logistics business, I'm sure you could get it done in 2 hours a day. Crazy, isn't it? People, I'm working so hard. But you could suffocate the business by putting too much time and energy into it. Things just take time. It's like renovating a house, right? You're developing, you're doing things, you're planning things, you're getting permits, you're ordering parts, you're doing this, you're designing. It takes time, there's a process. You can't just go, let me put 12 hours a day into this thing and it's going to solve the problem. Sometimes you just have to give it breath to let it take its time, correct? Anybody in here flipped a couple houses at the same time?
I'm doing it right now.
Okay, you're doing it right now. It's not fun because it's like, hurry up and wait. Hurry up and wait. Hurry up and wait. So what I found is once I got here, I realized that every business I ever worked on only needed an hour and a half a day of my time. Crazy. That's all it needed. Even my real estate business needs less than an hour a day. Even when I was doing it full time, it only really needed an hour a day. The difference was most people just don't put in an hour in every day. They put in an hour here, they wait 30 days, they put in 3 hours. They wait 3 days, they put in 7 hours. They wait 5 days and they put in 4 hours. Like, it's not the same. You have to do it every day, right? So the advice I would give you, you have money. What market are you in, Atlanta?
Yes.
This is too easy. It's too easy. How much money do you want to make in wholesale or in an active business to get out of logistics?
40 grand.
40 grand. Oh my gosh. Make this harder for me. This is too easy. Who should you go talk to in Atlanta that's killing it, that's always been killing it in the community? He's awesome. He's been in Subto for 4.5 years. He's amazing. Primarily focuses on direct mail, PPC, and PPL. What is good about this business model is that it eliminates all time. And what happens is when you get a call, guess what happens? Seller is calling you and saying, hey, would you like to buy my house? You're done. There's no more cold calling. The quality of the lead, but here's the problem, is it costs money. You have money. Do I want you to go spend 10 grand a month? No. Put a budget on this of like $2,000 a month. Hey, so that's a lot of money. Bro, you got that. Go spend $2,000 a month on this and see what happens with the quality of leads. And what will happen is you'll get 5, 6, 7 leads and they'll be like, I'm ready to sell my house today. Can you come by? This is the best lead you'll ever get. Why do you not hear me talking about this all the time? Because I'm not going to give this advice to a young kid. I was ready. I was equipped. I was making $1 million a year as a contractor, spending $10,000 a month. What? That ain't nothing. I'll spend 20 grand a month. I had no problem. So when I jumped into the business, this was what I did for 5 years. Literally this whole time, that's all I did. I never once cold called. I never door knocked. I never did any of that stuff. When I wanted to get out of this business, home investors, but when I wanted to get out of that business, I realized that my cost per contract was like $5,000 a contract. So I'd have to spend 5 grand to get one contract, okay? My average contract was 20 grand. Okay, I was making 20 grand on the average contract, which means this is pretty simple math. Well, 3. I'd have to get 3. Why? I get 3 contracts. I'd make $20,000 each, which equals 60. And I would take out the $15,000 of marketing and $5,000 of miscellaneous expenses of like an attorney here and there, a VA, a this, a that, somebody, an answering service, a cell phone, my gas, my this, that, and the other. Bro, 3 contracts is 20 calls. 20 calls come in, you're getting 3 contracts. You get 3 contracts, you're making 60 grand. You take 60 grand in, you're gonna net 40,000 bucks, you're done. Why not just go spend 20 grand a month right now? Because you gotta test it. Okay, go talk to who do you use for letters? And he'll go, oh, I use yellow letters HQ or this company or that company or blah, blah, blah. There's 20 companies that will do it. They know what zip codes, what to say, what letter is working best, what size, what this. They'll put a fake family photo on it that's not your family. They'll say they'll tell you exactly what to do. And all of a sudden, 3 days later, you got calls coming into your phone and you're like, what the freak? But this is not for somebody that's brand new. Okay, how old are you? Okay, you're 50. How old are you? Okay, do we agree that you know things he doesn't know? Okay. What are the types of things you know that he doesn't know? Communication with customers, okay? Paperwork, professional customer service. You have 25 years on him in the professional world. Do we agree that if he goes and spends $10,000 on these leads and you spend $10,000 on these leads, the outcome is going to be dramatically different?
I agree.
Okay, could you go both do the same sales training, the same this, the same that, blah, 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 and you still would have better results?
Yep.
You would, because you have life experience. Why? Here's the other thing about being a 25-year-old. You don't know. And when you're talking to an old lady in her house that has real life problems, oh, I went through this, somebody died in my family, this happened, blah, blah, blah. You're gonna go, oh, everybody in my life is 25, nobody's dying yet. You're 50. You go, yeah, you know what, that's horrible. I had a friend of mine pass away last week and this, that, and there. You have more empathy. You actually empathy and sympathy are different. What's the difference? You have sympathy, you have empathy. You are sympathetic, you are empathetic. Who's gonna win in an appointment? You. So you see why I don't give this advice to everybody? So the advice I was going to give you that I was going to say you don't want is you got to work harder. And at 50 years old, here's the sad thing. I'm 41. I'm not at your age yet, but I do know that I don't want to work as hard as I did when I was 30. I want to enjoy my life. It's not that I'm running out of energy. I think I have more energy today at 41 than I did at 20. In some ways, I'm sure you feel the same way. Like, I see the world. I know what the world has to offer. Are you guys trying to get my attention? Okay. So I know what the world has to offer, therefore I want to work harder and get more things. I know what I'm capable of, right? You have more of that feeling than he does today, which is kind of a fun thing. The sad thing is you also are like, damn, bro, I'm kind of at a point where I've made some money. I want to live my life. I want to travel. I want to eat what I want to eat. I want to do this. I want to do that.
Exactly.
Right. Guess what? You want to make a transition? You're going to have to go through some sacrifice, which means you're going to have to go, all right, I got 6 months. What I'm going to do over the next 6 months, and I'm going to allocate a test budget for the next 6 months, and I'm going to mess around with inbound leads. I'm going to spend an hour a day. I'm going to tweak and fiddle around with this. This is your new business. This is your way out of transportation. You want to make 40 grand a month? Within 6 months, you'll go, I can make 80 grand a month. Very quickly. But can I convince you of that next month? No. You have to take these calls. You might even have to switch from one letter company to another letter company because you find out they jive better with you or whatever else. That's going to be your journey. And when you go switch to a different letter company, you go, oh, this was the company. You need to go through that journey. It might take 2 or 3 months just to get to that point. So in 6 months, you'll really very, very quickly realize, all right, I want to turn this on like the afterburners on, which means you're going to have to take the time you have. I don't know what you're doing. If you're only working in your logistics company, you're probably pretending to work 8 hours a day, even though you're not. Is that right? But what I would do, I already know where you are in your life. I already know what you're capable of. I already know that if you spend a little bit of money, get with a mail company, and you ask specifically, where should I send my mail so that you help me buy these deals and you help me wholesale them, what he'll tell you is he'll go mail these areas, and the letter company will tell you exactly what to say, what not to say. They'll pull the list for you. They'll say, here's the high equity people, here's the low equity people, and they'll send the mailers to those people. They have the data already. You don't have to even pull the data. You don't even have to open a prop stream. I never, for 5 years, never pulled up prop stream, pulled a list, never did anything. I called the letter company. I said, I have $20,000. What's the most efficient way for me to spend that this month? And they'll go, our most successful clients are doing this, 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 and this. Perfect, let me do that. That's it. Would I suggest that to everybody in this room? No, I wouldn't. Direct mail will eat you alive if you don't have a budget. So start with $2,000. It's enough to get leads coming in and find things out. You'll get a deal on your second month. You'll have spent $4,000 by this time. And then what you'll do is you go, dude, I just got $12,000 from this. I got my $4,000 back, $2,000 for month one, $2,000 for month two. I now have $8,000. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna amplify the letters, and I'm gonna spend all $8,000 back into letters, and I'm gonna amplify my lead flow. I'm not even gonna take $1 back. I'm just gonna test. And that's what I would do. And it's going to take some work and some energy, and you're going to have to time block and go, all right, my logistics company that I'm pretending to work 8 hours a day, I'm going to only work 3 hours a day on it, and then tell my team I'm not available. You own the company, right? Yeah. And so what I would do is I would say, hey, these are the times I'm going to go and test out this new business. I'm going to learn this new business. Don't have expectations like it's going to make money. Say, I'm going to allocate some money on some advertising and see how it goes. And I'm going to commit to 6 months of direct mail marketing. Don't do it for 6 weeks. You'll fail. Why? Because you'll get calls and you won't know what to do with them, and you have to learn for the first 2 or 3 months. I was really lucky. How was I lucky? I sent letters. Bethany Willis went with me. I didn't know anything. I didn't know what you know. And Bethany filled in all the blanks. Will go with you. Other people in Atlanta will go with you. But here's the thing. You have to have something of value to get somebody of value to pay attention to you, right? So what you got to do is generate active leads, set the appointment, and go, hey, I got a direct mail lead, a lady that wants to sell her house today, and I have an appointment. Will you come with me? That's the solution to how to get out of that business. Does that help anybody else? Some of you will go and do it and then spend the money and go, Pace told me to spend money on direct mail and I lost all my money.